dropped it. Darren Ganga. Well, it was the simplest of chances. The length was right. It's Fuller. And what an error.
And what a blow for Jerome Taylor, who wasn't himself yesterday, who needed the fillip of a wicket and a big wicket. Lovely outswinger, drawing Collingwood into the stroke. Oh, dear. And one of the coolest heads and safest hands, Darren Ganga, is the man who puts that very straightforward chance down. Look at second slip. What a sight that is.
Flashed. And in fact, he's out. It looked as if he'd been hit down onto the ground, but in fact, it's just gone off the edge of the bat. A thick miscue from Alistair Cook, and his innings comes to an end. So Jerome Taylor, after two very poor bits of luck, finally has got Alistair Cook out, and he deserves that because he's bowled very well this morning. Cook's only managed to add 3 runs to his overnight score in half an hour, and looking there for the ball to slice it over the top. It was there for the shot, but he totally miscued it. Cook gone for 105, and England now 219 for 4. It's got underneath that, Collingwood. And it's going to be out. No, he's put it down. He completely misjudged it. Taylor, who's had a terribly unlucky morning with the ball, and now he hasn't helped out his colleagues with his hands either.
Well, everybody drops catches, but he made a right mess of this. He didn't even get under it properly. I mean, he's got to make a few yards here, look, but he's a chance to steady himself, and he never gets in any position to catch it.
And that's unlucky, but it's not unlucky for Paul Collingwood, because he goes to a splendid Test match 100 here at Lord's. It's not been an easy innings. He had his moment of extraordinary fortune when we thought he was LBW to Taylor, but now they'll stand and applaud him.
Bowled. That's out. Eventually a bit of success for Dwayne Bravo and West Indies.
It's a good delivery from Bravo, but I think the benefit of only scoring 11 runs off 6.5 overs, West Indies kept a little bit of pressure on Collingwood and Bell, and it has reaped rewards. Sustained pressure has brought a wicket for Bravo and the West Indies.
Well, they needed that. They needed an uplift, something. Not much has gone right today for West Indies. 363 for 5.
And he's gone to 50 in his first Test match. Matthew Pryor, backed by the new coach Peter Moores, and the selectors, has rewarded them. Wonderful start. Now then, how many are in this for Pryor? Certainly one. He comes back for 2. That'll take him to 99. Now they're buzzing around the old ground. Chris Gale is the bowler. 4 West Indian fielders close in. Now Gale sells him the dummy. And the crowd don't like it. Pryor needs to steady himself. Yes! Matt Pryor has achieved something so special. A moment he nor any of us shall ever forget. 100 on debut for England. And another little milestone for Matt Pryor. Well, not that little indeed. He was 5 not out at tea. He now has 105, which means that he's scored 100 in this session of 27 overs since tea. And Gale's also making Bell wait, as he did Pryor. Yeah, 100 for Ian Bell. Very well constructed innings. 400s in the innings by England players.
Yeah, he set himself, Matt Pryor, to hit that one, and he's hit it well once again. And brings up 550. And this session has been a mauling. At 6:15, the light has deteriorated to the point where the umpires feel that the fielders are affected. The umpires themselves might be affected, but being effective today has been Matt Pryor, 100 on debut. And what a celebration here at Lord's.
That is a memorable day for England. Matt Pryor finishing with 126, unbeaten, and some extraordinary strokes played by him just before the close there. Ian Bell unbeaten with 109.
The result of that, Andrew Strauss turned to Liam Plunkett at the nursery end. Out! Absolutely perfect Yorker. He did that in the winter in the one-day final against Gilchrist, and that's as good as it gets. Second ball of his spell, and Plunkett's done the trick. You won't see a better Yorker than that. He was late on it, Gale, no chance at all. Liam Plunkett's a bit of a golden arm. He does take wickets. As Jeffrey said, he knocked over Gilchrist in the winter and has taken other early wickets, and he does get the ball to move around. Completely deceived Gale with a ball that he hasn't really received in this innings so far. Gale is gone. West Indies 38 for 1, Gale gone for 30. Panesar brought into the attack from the nursery end. They've tried seam. They can't get past the broad bats of Darren Ganger and Devon Smith. Bowled him, first ball, fantastic. There he goes, Panesar jumping in the air with joy. What a wonderful bowling change from Andrew Strauss. First ball of Monty Panesar completely defeats Devon Smith, who looked totally untroubled against everybody else, and it's the second wicket for England.
Well, I get the impression that Devon Smith played inside that ball, expecting it to spin down the hill. That's why he's bemused, he's puzzled, he can't believe he's missed it. But as we'll see right now, he has. Yep, he's played inside it, hasn't he? Played inside the ball, and that's a big wicket for England. 83 for 2, 21 for Smith.
Oh, giving it out. LBW. Monty Panesar has his man. Ravnaresh Sarwan, the West Indies captain, has to go. He won't like it. He'll feel he was forward. He'll feel he should have got the benefit of the doubt. Doubt that went the way of Paul Collingwood yesterday. But Monty strikes again.
And full marks of the selectors for making sure Panesar played in this match. England could have gone in with four seamers, but Panesar, with his slower pace and his metronomic accuracy, has posed problems for all the West Indies batsmen. A sensible decision there by the umpire to give him LBW. That's one that doesn't always get given. Those ones where the bat and pad are close together, and there was a bit of doubt, but he was given out. Sarwan is gone for 35. West Indies 151 for 3.
Long appeal. Yes, finger goes up. Monty Panesar struck again. 3 wickets to Panesar. And Darren Ganger perishes 1 short of a half century. Panesar doing it on his own at the moment for England.
Well, this is amazing. 2 LBWs similar in the space of, well, 20 minutes, and I think it's out. The first one was out. Watch this carefully how he hits the pad first. You see the hiding the bat behind the pad. There used to be a time when batsmen would do that and get away with not out. But for the last few years, umpires have got wise to it and given them out, and quite rightly. 165 for 4.
Asking again for that LBW, and up come the finger again. What sort of position would England be in without Monty Panesar? That's his 4th wicket.
Well, what sort of position would the West Indies be in if Asad Rauf was having a different sort of day? He's really penalising the West Indies for propping forward. In fairness, they all look out, particularly when you see them again on the replay. But they're not pleasing the West Indian batsmen. The answer is get further forward, or better still, use the bat. 187 for 5, Morton made 14.
Well, he was cramped for room there. Very good bowling from Paul Collingwood. He's a little medium pacer. You don't expect him to bowl you a bouncer, and he did that superbly. He caught Bravo unawares there. Bravo went for it. He was tucked up for room. Caught with his hands tight to his chest. He couldn't get any leverage on it, just spooned up in the air, and Cook took the catch quite neatly. That's a big wicket for England, big loss for West Indies because he was playing very well. 279 for 6.
Dinesh Ramdin has to go. What a long walk back it'll be for him, but England have something to take with them into the night time. Terrific stuff from Liam Plunkett.
This is good bowling from Plunkett. His last 2 or 3 overs, he's found his range, he's found his length, and I would think Ramdin, well, he was in 2 minds, but credit to the bowler here, and it's a good catch. And I think this wicket is good reward for consistent bowling. Something that this pitch will give you if you put deliveries and string them together in the right area. Half century to Ramdin, 362 for 7.
Oh, you really felt for him. That was a lovely cultured innings of 60, 363 for 7, the West Indians. Lots of guys getting in there and not going on, as we mentioned a little earlier. Steve Harmison all over the place. One felt for him, 22 overs, none for 95 to reflect upon. 4 for 108 in 31 overs by Monty Panesar, who bore the brunt of match.
The ball, that could be out. That could be out. Definitely 5 wickets for Monty Panesar. He'll go up on the honours board. Well bowled. He really spun that out of the rough. And how brave of the umpire. He's given some LBWs, and I think most of us think they're out. Look at this, no shot.
It's a fantastic piece of bowling. I suppose Chanderpaul leaving that because he'd seen that Panesar hadn't got much spin, certainly on the previous day, and in fact he bowled a couple of people out with lack of spin. That time it turned, and it needed a good ball to get rid of Chanderpaul for an excellent 74. 387 for 8 now, the West Indies. That's beautifully caught at cover. At last, Harmison gets a wicket in his 27th over, and it's no more than he deserves, really. He's tried his absolute best, and at last, maybe it's a tail ender, but it's a wicket in the column that he most wanted.
Yeah, I suppose it's about staying power for Harmison. That's the one thing you can say in his favour. He's in his 27th over. Useful stuff from Jerome Taylor. 19 balls for just 21 runs. 4-2-4 for none.
Again, and he's got it. Yes, 5th LBW for Monty Panesar in the innings, the 6th wicket, and in fact, interestingly, it's the best figures by an England spinner at Lords for 40 years. 6 for 129 for Panesar. West Indies all out for 437.
Which means that England lead by 116, but the story there belongs to Monty Panesar and also to Asad Rauf, who's been happy to give LBWs when batsmen have propped forward. It's a tremendous performance, accurate left-arm spin, variety in his pace and flight, and figures to reward him. 6 for 129 from 36 overs and 1 ball, an economy rate of 3.5 on a good pitch. We've got a short break. Very good cricket by the West. No, yes, yes. Yes, why Corey Collingwood stopped his appeal, I don't know. Ronaldo Morton is the catcher. There are squeals of joy from the West Indians. They got everything right there, a perfectly pitched ball, and that trouble area for Andrew Strauss has led to his downfall once more.
The Australians were very good at focusing on Strauss around the off stump, full of length. He's a back foot player who doesn't like to be drawn forward. That was a good delivery, just angling up the slope, in fact, against Strauss, pushing at it. And another promising Strauss innings comes to an end on 24. 35 for 1 England.
Was he going to be caught? He is going to be caught. Yeah, he is caught. Bat and pad. Everybody knew it out there. But worst of all, Shah knew it, and he didn't know where to look.
It was a bizarre dismissal, really, because he seemed to have done everything right to defend that ball, but he got into a bit of a tangle, got his foot perhaps a bit too far across, and it bounced a bit. Took high up on the bat, maybe the handle even, and just lobbed to the wicket-keeper, but you wouldn't expect to get out like that. So that's 10 runs in 2 innings, and 51 for 2 England.
You have some sympathy for O.A. Shah. There's extra bounce here from Corey Collymore, but he does go pretty hard at the ball. It's as if he's a bit tense, and the head is over towards off stump, the front foot's a bit planted. He'll certainly want to look at it technically, but by heaven, it's been hard for him to make good the opportunity here at Lord's.
Oh, beautifully bowled. Again, once you pitch it up and kiss the top, this pitch just does a little bit. But it has such slow pace, if you're not on a perfect line and length, the batsman can whack it. And that was a beautifully bowled.
I think it was well bowled because it drew Cook into a shot off the front foot and just a little bit of lateral movement. Yeah, not close enough, and it shifted away from him. Collymore's bowled very well today. He's picked up his 3rd wicket. And his wife and daughter are in the crowd somewhere. He celebrates with a very familiar fashion. 139 for 3.
100 partnership between this pair. Kevin Pietersen and Paul Collingwood have played some lovely strokes. They've really thrilled the crowd, and the lead for England's 355. That is foreboding. That conversation may well be about a declaration. I can't see England pulling out tonight, but they're certainly going to lead by enough overnight to declare tomorrow. The concern for Andrew Strauss will be his limited bowling attack. Out. Straightforward catch. Renako Morton made that look absurdly easy.
Oh, he was turning round there to give it the reverse slog, and Gale didn't like it. Gale did not like that at all. Did one of his... Here he goes again, and he's gone for the big one. In fact, that's an appeal that won't come off. It's a moot point, actually. Was that pitching outside leg stump, if you regard Pietersen as a left-hander for that ball? That could be out, straight down the 3rd man's throat, and he is out. That could be out, straight down the 3rd man's throat, and he is out. A little bit of luck for Dwayne Bravo, but he deserves it. He's bowled persistently well in both innings, and Ian Bell, after a century in the 1st innings, has gone for 3.
Smart change of length from Bravo. He knows that Bell wants to get on with it and tries to get it as high as possible. A couple of wickets for Bravo. 248 for 5.
Now, is that going to be out? It may be, or it may be out of the ground. Certainly over the ropes. It's a short boundary there to deep square leg. Pryor had no problem clearing it. Oh, he's hit that. That's gone like an absolute tracer. Oh, that could be out. Yes, it is. He's tried that once too often, and Chris Gale will have enjoyed that. In the end, he's got his man, Peterson, and in fact, that's nice to see. He's just given him a pat on the back at the end, so all that little bit of confrontation was perhaps just a bit of fun. And I'm sure they'll shake hands after the game. But a brilliant innings by Kevin Peterson comes to an end with something a bit extra extravagant.
Good competitors, 264 for 6.
Oh, that's out. Oh, dear. Fell for the sucker punch there. Liam Plunkett, the chance to press his all-round claims, has bitten the dust with a subtle bit of bowling by Chris Gale. Saw him coming. Gale, Plunkett advancing up the wicket outside the off stump. It turned, a neat bit of work by Dinesh Ramdin this time as well. That could be out, and I think it is out. It's off the back of the bat, and Pryor is on his way off. Slightly odd ending to a brisk little cameo from Matt Pryor. A third wicket to Dwayne, a third wicket to Chris Gale as well. 271 for 8. Everyone looking at the balcony thinking maybe England might declare, but no, they're going to bat out. Trying the big heave-ho over deep square leg and just getting the back of the bat. Still a useful contribution from Matt Pryor of 21 off 9 balls. Good shot. Paterson chipped it over Gale's head. And he's declared at that point with the lead exactly 400. So West Indies need 401 to win, with England declaring on 284 for 8. Kevin Peterson, the undoubted star of the innings with that brilliant 109. Alistair Cook weighed in too with a 65, his second half-century of the game. Wickets fell a little bit towards the end. 3 of them cleverly cultivated by Chris Gale in 20.5 overs of restrictive off